Hello everybody, it's Anne from Anne's Stampin' Up. Welcome to another card making day here in Simcoe, Ontario, where I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. If you live in Canada and you don't have your own demonstrator, you can shop with me. You can reach me at stampsntea@gmail.com, or my demonstrator website is stampsntea.stampinup.net. So we're going to make a card today. It's a wedding card for a December wedding, which is lovely, and I wanted to make it a little bit Christmassy, but not a Christmas card, you know, because I'm not sure whether it's going to be a Christmas wedding or not, but it's in December. So I will turn the camera down and I'll show you all the parts we're going to use to make this card today. And making this card is going to be a little bit different because there was a lot of heat embossing. It's all heat embossing, and I did that and cut out the pieces first. So basically we're just putting this card together today. So let me turn the camera down and we'll get started. All right, so what we have today, none of the stamp sets or the dies or the gems are new or current items. They're all old. They're from, you know, old last year's catalogue, or maybe even the year before, you know, but they all still work beautifully, and I think these work beautifully together. So this stamp set is called Poinsettia Petals, and it's stamps and dies, and it's beautiful. It has the dies to cut out all the layers of the poinsettias and everything. Just gorgeous. The other set we're going to use the sentiments, two sentiments from Forever Blossoms. We're going to use the Always and Forever for the front of the card, and Wishing You a Long Life Together Filled with Love and Promise for the inside of the card. We also have an embossing folder called Tasteful Textile, and that's just to give it a little bit of definition and texture on the card itself. Let me just make sure I've got no mess on my desk. We have your basic card, which is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, and it's a tent card. All right. For the front, I've got a mat of silver, which is 5 1/8 by 4 3/8, and then I have this mat which I embossed, which is 5 1/4 by 4. Okay, that's going to go on there. For the inside, I've already embossed the inside. I heat embossed it with silver embossing powder. Can you see it better there? With silver embossing powder, I heat embossed that. I've embossed it right in the card, and I do like that. The reason I made the embossing on a separate piece of paper was if this didn't work out, you know, I might have ruined my whole card, you know, if this was all off kilter, all wonky and everything. So what I did was I stamped it again and heat embossed on a piece of plain white card, and if I want to, I could mount this on silver and that would just go on the inside, and I think that's what I'm going to do because I think that's going to finish this card off beautifully at the end. So let me put that to one side. What I started with was a sheet of vellum, 8.5 by 11. I cut from the 8.5 inch side, I cut a 1 inch strip, and I've heat embossed the Always and Forever on the front of that. That's going on the front of the card. I have 3 layers of poinsettia. Let me see, where's my set? Three layers. It would be this one, and this one, and they're going to build up to build the flower. And then I've got 4 of these berry branches. I've got 5, but I'm only going to use 4 of those berry branches to go around the card as well. So let's see if we can put this card together. Now, vellum is notoriously hard to use adhesive on the back without being able to see it. Okay, you can almost always see the adhesive through the vellum. There really isn't a lot you can do to hide it, but a trick is to pick portions of your design so that you won't see it. Okay, so you see the center here, this center here, I'm going to put some adhesive on there. Now I'm also, because I'm going to stagger these like this, these 3 layers, I'm going to stagger them. I'm also going to put a little bit of adhesive right on the back of all of these petals, okay, before I put them down on the card. You could use, because you've got this center piece, we could use a dimensional in there if we wanted to, and I think I will, sort of on the top layer, like for the top layer of the flower. So let's have a look and see what we can do. I'm just going to move that over and bring in my little adhesive mat here. Not very clean, but it works just the same. So this is my basic card here. Now let me see, where's my stamping? There it is. Okay, so I'm going to take my silver layer and put it down. Just that edge again. So my silver layer, now I've only got about a 1/16 of an inch going all the way around here. Making sure my stamping's still the right way up on the inside. And the reason I did all this, I mean, you can imagine the time it will take to heat emboss all of these and cut them all out. It's a definite labor intensive card, but it's going to be a beautiful card when it's finished. So next we're taking the embossed piece, the piece we embossed with the Tasteful Textile embossing folder. Now already I've made a slight mistake. Okay, let me put that to one side. Where is my strip with my sentiment on? Here it is. I wanted to glue, oh no, I've got to glue this down on top of this, but I should not have glued that to the card. Okay, because I wanted originally to wrap the vellum around here, and you know what, I think I can still do that. Let me see. I'll put this down on here like this. I want to wrap my vellum like that. Can I do it? Of course I can. I'm just going to fold this here. And the reason I want to wrap my vellum is because I'm going to glue it to the back of the card, you see, so that you don't see the glue holding it down. Okay, so let me have a look. Do I want to try and peel up the silver as well? I think we'll leave the silver, we're just going to glue it around the white. Okay, so it's going to sit here just about there like that. Okay, turn this down, we get a strip of adhesive going down there. Let me just pick that up. There. Now I want to make sure it's nice and straight, so I'm going to turn it over, have a look at it, hold it tight and fold this again just like that. Alright, so that is wrapped around my card, and I need a little bit of adhesive here to hold this down. I'm not worried that it's a lot of adhesive, it doesn't matter. There. Alright, so now we'll put this on the front of the card, again about a 1/16 of an inch. There. And yes, that was a mistake, but it was easily fixed. All right, so now I've got to put this poinsettia and the leaves down. So we've got the poinsettia here, and it's going to sit here like this. So let me just put some adhesive, and I'm gonna, as I say, run the adhesive into the petals, because this is going to go down flat and it's going to be hidden for the most part, but I want it to hold to the card, you know. So let me see, missed one petal there. Alright, so all of those petals have a little bit of adhesive on them. Now it doesn't matter which piece you put at the top, which petal goes to the top, it really doesn't matter. I think that's a nice one, isn't it, with a twist in it. See, it's you can sit and fiddle with this all day, but you know, it really doesn't matter. So I'm just going to put that down about there. Now I'm not going to press the whole thing down, I'm going to leave it loose because I want to get my leaves tucked in as well. Okie doke. So then I've got the second layer, and although I can't go quite as deep into the petals with the adhesive, it's still going to be hidden quite a bit by the next layer. I'm just going to roll that back, and I'm going to offset this so that it fills in the spaces, you see, like that. There. And really, do we want to put this up on a dimensional, or do we just want to pop it down? You know, 3 layers is quite nice without a dimensional. I think I'm just going to leave it without the dimensional, put it down. Now I'm going to go one way and another, you know, like a couple of different ways with my adhesive. Okay, and I'm going to sort of put this the same as the bigger petals. Again, doesn't matter which ones which way you put it, really, just make sure it's offset, and you've got it tacked down in the center there. So although this is all a white on white card, you can sort of see it coming together. So there it is. Now I've got these leaves that I need to, or yeah, leaves, berries, whatever they are, to pop in inside. And I'm going to put some adhesive down here because they're all going to tuck in, so I can be fairly generous with my adhesive. Okay, so let's get one tucked in here. So there's one. I'm just picking up the lowest level of the flower, tucking this down. 2. Whoops. I'm just trying to tuck this in as much as I can, as far as I can. I should say not as much. There's 3. One more. Whoops, almost glued that one on the back. Let's have a look. Let's go right about there. I don't want it to cover my letters. Pull that out a bit. Or do I want to put it down here? You know what, I've got 5. I'm going to put this one down here like this. And I'm going to use the 5th one. Oops. I'm going to use the 5th one. There. So then I'm going to give these all a good press so that all my leaves are pressed down as firmly as I can get them. There. So for the inside of the card, we can either leave it just like this, which is nice, or I think an additional finishing touch would be if we put like an extra piece of card and mounted it on silver. I think that would look nice. That's what I'm going to do. Let me just get adhesive on this. So it'll be the same as the front. It'll have just about a 1/16 of an inch all the way around. There. And then the white piece. Again, 1/16 of an inch. Straight in. There. And now I can turn it over and give it all a really good press down before I put the gem on the front, because I think the gem on the front just finishes this card beautifully. There. So now what am I going to use to put that gem down? Oh, there we are, glue dots. Glue dots, because these gems are not sticky, so I'm going to put a glue dot. You see, it looks, it's like 3 little pieces, 1, 2, 3. You got 3 pearls on the front, so I'm going to try and get a glue dot on each circle. Let's see, where's my pokey tool? Here it is. Gosh. There. And some on the 3rd section right there. And then we're just going to put that right. Make sure we've got no glue sticking out. We just check. I don't think so. I'm just going to put that right in the middle. I guess it's going right there because that's where I dropped it. Right there. There. Now I know you can't see that card very well, but it really is a beautiful card. Really is. It's gorgeous. White on white. I think that's nice for a wedding card. There it is. Let me see if I can turn the light up. That help? Oh, there, that helps a little. If I turn the light off, you can sort of see the layers and the berries and everything now. So there it is. That's today's card, a winter wedding card. The card originally made by Jan B, and I cased it and put my own little touches on it, my silver foil and things like that. So thanks for watching, everybody. As always, if you do sell your cards, put the Stampin' Up Angel stamp on, which just says all the supplies used are Stampin' Up supplies. Thanks again for watching. See you all next week. Bye bye.